Good afternoon, friends. My today topic is professional misconduct or other conduct. This is in reference to Section 35 of the Advocate Act 1961. Friends, this Section 35 of the Advocate Act 1961 deals with professional misconduct and its consequences for advocates in India. It also outlines the difference between professional misconduct and other forms of conduct that do not necessarily relate to professional duty or responsibilities of an advocate. So let us dive deep into this topic. Firstly, professional misconduct. Professional misconduct refers to conduct by an advocate that violates the rules of professional conduct and etiquettes or behavior that is deemed unethical in the practice of law. This includes actions that fall short of the legal profession's standard of integrity, fairness, and honesty in dealing with clients, the court, and other members of the profession. I am also giving you a few of the examples of professional misconduct, such as soliciting work or directly advertising oneself, which is generally prohibited under the Bar Council rules. Secondly, it can be accepting a brief in a matter where there is a conflict of interest. Thirdly, it can be misappropriation of clients' funds. Fourthly, it can be submitting false documents or misleading the court. So, friends, if an advocate engages in professional misconduct, complaint can be filed with the respective state bar council, and if found guilty, the advocate can be reprimanded, suspended, or even disbarred. Now, coming to other conduct, that is non professional misconduct. Other conduct, as per the Act, generally refers to any behavior of an advocate that does not directly pertains to their professional role or duties. This might include personal conduct, which, although inappropriate, does not necessarily affect their ability to practice law or violate ethical guidelines specifically related to the legal profession. I am giving you an example for the same, such as personal criminal behavior that does not affect the advocate's ability to perform their professional duties, actions outside the scope of legal profession, such as behavior in private life that do not breach professional ethics. While these actions may still be frowned upon or lead to legal consequences, they do not fall under the purview of professional misconduct as defined under the Advocate Act. However, if an advocate's personal conduct affects their professional standing, it may still result in disciplinary action and the other sections of the law. So, I am giving you the key differences. Professional misconduct is directly related to the advocate duties, ethics, and responsibilities in the practice of law, whereas other conduct refers to actions outside the professional realm which may be unrelated to an advocate's professional duty. Friends, Section 35 ensures that advocates are held accountable for their professional conduct, maintaining the integrity of the legal profession in India. If there is violation of professional conduct, the Bar Council investigates the issue and appropriate actions are taken. Now, friends, I am discussing some of the important case laws related to professional misconduct. First one is B, V for victory. B, Sudhir versus Bar Council of India. This is of 1999, Volume 3, SCC at page 175. Friends, in this case, Honorable Supreme Court dealt with an advocate who had been found guilty of professional misconduct for advertising his services, which is prohibited under the Bar Council rules. The issue was whether such an act could be classified as professional misconduct under the Advocate Act. The Honorable Court gave decision. Court held that advertising by advocates is considered professional misconduct. It clarified that even an advocate conduct outside of the court, which violates the professional rules, can lead to disciplinary action under the Act. So, in this case, the principle why the case emphasized the principle that any violation of the Bar Council's rule, even if it occurs outside the courtroom, may constitute professional misconduct. Now, second case, this is very popular case, that is Binay Chandra Mishra case of 1995, volume 2, SCC, page 584. Facts of the case are, in this case involves an advocate, Binay Chandra Mishra, who was found guilty of contempt of court after making false and defamatory statements about the judiciary and interfering with judicial proceedings. The case was referred to the Bar Council for further action on whether his behavior amounted to professional misconduct. Honorable Supreme Court held that the advocate's actions, including contempt of court and making false statements, amounted to professional misconduct under the Advocates Act. His conduct was found to be unbecoming of a legal professional. So, the principle in this case is, this case highlights that any conduct that undermines the dignity of the court or the integrity of the profession can be construed as professional misconduct. Another case is Bar Council of Maharashtra versus M.V. Dovalkar of 1976, volume 2, SCC, page 291. Facts are, the Bar Council of Maharashtra sought to take disciplinary action against an advocate who had been accused of unethical behavior, including the misappropriation of funds entrusted to him by his client. The decision of the Supreme Court was, it held that misappropriation of client's fund is a clear case of professional misconduct under Section 35 of the Advocate Act. The court further emphasized the importance of maintaining ethical standards and trust between the advocate and their client. So the principle in this case is, this case reiterates that the importance of an advocate's fiduciary duty and need to maintain the highest standard of professional ethics, especially concerning the handling of clients' money. Another case is, in this case, advocate was found guilty of professional misconduct for charging excessive fees in relation to the work performed. The advocate had charged an exorbitant fee without providing an appropriate service corresponding to the amount charged. So the Honorable Supreme Court decision was that charging an unreasonably high fee is violation of the ethical standard expected of an advocate and amounts to professional misconduct. Another case is Bar Council of India versus M.M. Thomas, 1977, Volume 2, SCC 611. In this case, the Bar Council of India found an advocate guilty of misconduct for his involvement in a fraudulent scheme and dishonest action that were against the ethics of the legal profession. The Honorable Supreme Court held that any dishonesty or fraud by an advocate undermines the trust and integrity of the profession, and such actions are punishable under the Advocate Act. So, friends, Be careful while dealing with your dealing in your profession, as your one mistake can ruin your career. That's all. God bless you all. See you again with a new topic. This is why the question in the advocate on record examination. So revise it thoroughly.